It is known that the world fell, and that most people in it died. The dead will not suffer the hardships of the terrible world which remains. Those born into this hell have no remembrance of anything else. Those who survived, those are the truly broken, for they know what was before.
I had my doubts during the lead up to the release of this game. It's a new IP of sorts, it bears the same name as a recent blockbuster movie. Great. Another movie to game tie-in. Hear me, my brothers and sisters, witness a game that breaks the mold to bits. Just to get it out of the way early, this game is associated to Mad Max by name only. This in no way follows the plot of the movie at all. So just to be clear, this is not a movie tie-in like the old days. In fact, the only real similarities are that you start the game out as Mad Max, with everything he needs to survive on his own, only to be attacked and have it all taken away from him, literally. Your car, the black on black, is taken and turned to scrap. Now you're left to your own devices with almost nothing but the shirt on your back. Not for long, however, as you happen across a hunchback blackfinger named Chum Bucket. He takes a strong liking to you as some kind of messianic figure, and swears fealty to you and promises to build you the best car in the Great White, the magnum opus. Thus begins your journey in the wastelands to extract your vengeance and reach the plains of silence.
They didn't need dogs then.
Also, between all the Aussie accents, the game at one point essentially shows you we're actually in Australia. Along your journey, you will cross paths with a flurry of characters, like the aforementioned Chum Bucket. Then there's the enigmatic Griffer, your spiritual guide. He's there to help Max remind him of who he was and how to find the plains of silence in his quest for peace. Then, as you reach more territories, you will become allies with other wastelanders and set up shop in their strongholds. To return the favour of offering you shelter, you must run missions and quests to help reduce the threat level in their respective areas, and rid the forces of the mighty Scrotus that rule the lands with an iron fist. I must admit, that's the extent of the story I got from my current progress in the game. I know that sounds bad, although I have been too preoccupied in exploring the wasteland and finding hideouts, camps, scrap, and getting into some intense car fights. The fact that after approximately 15 hours of game time I've put in for this review, I've enjoyed myself to the extent that I forgot there were story missions. That's not a knock at the game at all, it's a compliment. This is a fun game to jaunt around the wastelands and become your own road warrior. The story missions are enjoyable and do move the narrative along. This also helps you unlock extra weapons, upgrades, and add-ons, so when you next decide to venture into the Great White, you can have even more fun. When you get out of your car to take out some camps, explore caverns, hideouts and what have you, it's as if this is an entirely different game. I won't detail the combat too much, it's frantic, flows well, and is your typical Arkham City Assassin's Creed affair. This system appears to be a staple these days. This is a serviceable combat system and you can pull off some brutal finishes in Fury mode. However, where the real fun is, belongs to what occurs on the road. Fitting for a Mad Max game. It's often a brutal collisional 3, but then can evolve into a deadly dance that can really get your heart pumping and tighten your grip on the controller. Using your harpoon to pick vehicles apart piece by piece, or yanking the driver right from his seat. Using your thunderpoon just to end the conflict there and then, or just by using brute force, it's also very satisfying. Avalanche Studios have a proven track record for engaging, fun game mechanics, for which they've excelled here. I find myself wanting to stay in my car and wreak havoc, or just drive around and explore, until I come across my next roadkill. You still have to be careful though, whether you're in a camp or just on the road, as destructive storms can break out of nowhere, and you can either find shelter or take your chances within these storms, as there are some of the best scrap in the game if you're brave enough. Also, it pays to be mindful of your fuel consumption and not to get caught out on empty on the road. But fuel is moderately easy to come by. This same premise applies to your health, as you will need to find water holes to replenish your health bar, or if you find a maggoty corpse or a can of dog food, that will also suffice. On top of all the thrilling action is a beautiful game engine. At times I just marvel at how real it all looks, or just had countless wow moments. Environments, as deserted and bare as a wasteland can be, are still enjoyable to traverse. I frequently stop to take in the view. Explosions in Mad Max are some of the best I've ever seen in a video game. The amount of debris you get on screen from destructive car collisions are surprising. Every car model has it all. The chassis, the body, engine, interiors, and it all can and will litter the roads. Character models, for the most part, are consistently detailed and well rendered. Using some of the upgrades for Max changes his appearance entirely and gives stat boost based on what you choose. Car customization is a real highlight also. I just want to max my car out completely and get my magnum opus. It's addictive. I can't say enough good things about Mad Max. There is so much to do on the map as events and locations unlock, that it is a little daunting. Yet I still go back for more, and before I know it, I've lost hours of my day. The game is graphically impressive and frequently wows me. There are some memorable characters, gameplay is fun and frantic. Also, as a new IP, it's a breath of fresh air, and I'm overjoyed it has exceeded my expectations. I'm just going to pull up my car here and highly recommend you give this game a shot. It's slow to start, but soon enough you won't be able to stop playing and wish that the post-apocalypse would be this awesome. One final note. You're never truly safe in this game. Seriously. Anything can happen at any time. I will leave you with this clip of me trying to be a good man to some unfortunate wanderers.
I'm going. Wait here.
Yes, I will protect your saint. But don't be long, please.
Drink.